Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Today we are going to interview one of our friends from Singapore. Hi Aisyah, good morning.
Hi, good morning. My name is Nur Aisha. I am from Singapore and currently studying in USIM Year 1 and I'm taking Akida at FKP.
Can we start our interview session, Aisyah?
Yes.
Okay, hi Ansha.
Hi.
I ask you about what is the difference between Malaysian and Singaporean clothes for Hari Raya?
I think there's not much difference. I suppose that in Malaysia, most of the girls do wear baju kurung, right? But in Singapore, yes, we do find during Raya time, yes, people do wear, especially girls do wear baju kurung, but we are more fond of abayas. We like to wear abaya for our um, Hari Raya because we feel like it's more flowy and it's more big and it's more comfortable than wearing baju kurung. But there are a glimpse of, or I would say quite a lot of girls who do wear baju kurung, and I feel like in Singapore that is a time where girls do showcase their love for Malay culture by wearing the baju kurung, and they are very proud of their culture. Yeah, so there's not much difference, but I would say that girls do prefer wear abayas or jubas for their Hari Raya sessions. Sorry? Can you repeat the question?
Okay, next we are going to ask about clothes.
Hi Aisha.
Okay. Hi.
Okay, I'm AINUL. Um, does Singapore have a traditional clothes? And if Singapore has a traditional clothes, what are the traditional custom in the country?
I think in Singapore, we don't have traditional clothes because we are very diverse. We have different races and cultures, so we do showcase our clothes according to our culture. So let's say if you go to like Geylang, we have this place in Singapore called Geylang where all the Malays will go there for their buying of clothes, and you will see them wearing like all the traditional clothing. And we don't have a specific traditional clothing in Singapore because now it's very modernized and everyone is wearing like modernized clothes. Like it's not like everyone is wearing baju kurung or everyone is wearing like normal guys baju kurung. Like it has been modernized and everyone is wearing very casual clothing. Like only during special occasions like Chinese New Year or Deepavali or Hari Raya, people do wear traditional clothing. But other than that, on normal days, you will definitely find a lot of girls and a lot of men wearing casual clothing. So there's no specific like traditional clothing in Singapore because we are all very modernized and everyone is wearing like very casual clothing. So yeah.
Okay, thank you.
The next we are going to ask about food in Singapore.
Okay. Hi Aisha. My name is Alia and I wanna know about the specialty dishes in Singapore. Like Malaysia, we have nasi lemak, and I wanna know what's about in Singapore. Do you have like a special dish or something
Yeah,
like that?
definitely. Singapore is well known for their chili crab and chicken rice, and I feel like many foreigners who come to Singapore, that's the first thing they would want to try because it's a very signature dish in Singapore. And you go to a local hawker center and you can definitely find a chili crab, and that's a very signature food. If you tell people about Singapore, the first thing they will know is chili crab or chicken rice because it's a very staple food and everyone loves like that particular dish. Yeah.
Okay, that's all from food. And then we move to culture in Singapore.
Awatif Mike.
Oh, Oh, sorry. Okay, now we move to culture in Singapore from Kin.
Okay. Hi Aisha, my name is ASHIKIN. So I
Hello.
want to ask you about the culture in Singapore. Like, what is the good culture practiced by Singaporeans, and what is another bad habits by Singaporeans that you notice? For instance, Singaporeans very tend to care about cleanliness, as we might know, like they can carelessly spit the chewing gum everywhere.
Yeah.
What is another example for the good and bad culture in Singapore that you can share with us?
I think the good culture in Singapore is that we do a lot of community services. Like we do help like the underprivileged, and we do have a lot of organizations where we are given the privilege to help those who are not privileged. Like elderly people or some or orphanage. We have those like communities in Singapore where people do volunteer, especially youngsters nowadays. Like they do really, like they want to do voluntary work. Like for me, example, like when I have holidays or when my exams are over, I really want to like do like escapism. I want to like adventure more, and I would you know do some voluntary work. Go for like helping out the elderly, and you have all these like good people around you, and you know that they accept you, and you are able to be yourself and help them out in many ways as possible. So that's one good thing about Singapore. Everyone comes together. Everyone do, yeah, regardless of race, language, or religion, everyone comes together, and like they don't look at color, skin, or whatnot. It's like human race. We all are in this together. We all help each other, and yeah, it's a matter of accepting one another, and that's one good thing about Singapore. One bad thing is, I would say, Singaporeans are known for their kiasu attitude. If you all heard what it is, if you all know, kiasu means like very like in Malay they say berlumba-lumba ambil barang, or macam
Oh,
when macam when they find like a trending thing going on, they want to quickly macam go and like take those thing, or like
they don't
you
care
know
about others lah.
yeah, so they don't, not really don't care, but it's because that's how it is in Singapore. Like let's say a trending thing is being like published, right, and everyone will just go to like Orchard and like get that thing, and like especially during COVID, right, where we got to know that it's gonna go on a lockdown. Every single convenience store in Singapore was wiped. Like everyone went into the store and got like unbelievable
Crazy.
amount of food because they want to stock up at home. And like those people who came in later, they cannot find the food because everything is gone, everything is finished. And that's one kiasu attitude, because you are thinking about yourself and you're not putting yourself in other situation. And yeah, that's one thing. If you go to Singapore, you will notice that everyone is being kiasu in terms of queuing up, in terms of food, in terms of like buying things. Everyone is just racing to get the particular item, which I think is very like like unrealistic. You know what I mean? Because everyone is there, everyone is buying things. So the fact that Singaporeans are really rooted in that, they really want to get the thing, it's very unrealistic. Yeah, but I think we all can work on that. Like Singaporeans can definitely work on that, but it's very hard to eradicate that behavior of Singaporeans. Yeah.
Okay, Aisha.
I think Aisha, that these kinds of people is around the world, I guess.
Yeah, I think everyone is like that. But I think because like Singapore is a small country, right? So
Mm.
like we all like
Let's make it
in
more
generally
obvious.
people, yeah, it's more obvious. Like it's very obvious that people are very kiasu. Yeah.
Oh, I see. Okay, the last one is I want to ask about language.
Mm-hmm.
Based on research, on study, the research that I just did,
Mm-hmm.
in Singaporean they using Singlish, Singaporean plus English.
Yeah. Correct.
Is it true?
Uh Yeah, it's true. I think when we speak normal English in terms of like this, like interviews or like other stuff, we do use proper English. But if you want to hear Singlish, it's more like, okay, like this. I give an example. You eat already, ah? Have you eaten already or not? Okay, let's go to the shop and buy things. So can you see the difference? like the English that Singaporeans use and the normal English that I'm speaking is completely different. So when I'm in Singapore, that's how I speak. I'll be like, if I see uncle, I'll be like, hey uncle have you eaten? Oh, okay,
Ah,
good, good. Later, I want to go upstairs, you know. So it's very like Singlish. It's very hard to explain. You have to be like around the people who speak Singlish
Singlish.
to to adapt to that kind of like bahasa. That's what they say. Yeah, but it's English. It's normal English. It's just how like Singlish is basically how Chinese people speak in English. So it has
Yes.
become like a normal thing around all of us.
Mm-mm.
Yeah.
All
Yeah.
I could say is, all I could say is, Singaporean and Malaysian is not so much difference, right?
Mhm.
Because
Mhm. Mhm.
we are, you know what, saudara. We
Yes.
are.
Yes. She speaks. Yeah. Correct. Correct.
Okay, Aisha,
Yeah.
thanks. Thank you so much for your time. We are really
Yeah.
appreciate it.
No worries.
I think that's all from us. I wish we can meet. We can meet someday, one day.
Inshallah, of course. Of course.
Okay, Aisha, thank you for your time. That's all from
Thank you,
us.
Aisha.
No worries, everyone. Take care.
Hope you have a good day.
Thank you, Aisha.
Have a good day. Thank you so much.